Hello. Thank you for clicking on the video. Hi, I'm Sketchy. So this will be the first time we are reacting to... Sorry if you heard that, that's my alarm. Anyways, so we are reacting to the toad that broke Australia. I've been planning to react to this for a while, but like, because I have a playlist where I have a playlist for things I'm gonna react to, but like, yeah, so today we are oh wait, I already said, but yes, the person we are reacting to is Mopaz. Remember to subscribe and like their video. But I thought, like, why not diversify my content up a bit? Because most of my content has been reacting to, like, other VTubers and stuff, which I really like doing. So I thought, why not diversify it? You guys may have noticed, because I posted a random Minecraft video the other day. You guys may have noticed. But the Minecraft video was good. Anyways, let's get into this. Sorry,
Australia is home to some of the deadliest animals on the planet.
Very true.
What if I told you there's one creature they all fear? An invasive species.
Honestly, I would never want to go there, okay? I would never want to go there. I mean, sure, tarantulas. I guess you can see them as kind of cute. But I don't know, they're too big. The animals are too big. Okay, that sounds really dumb, but you know what I mean. Like, their bugs are too big.
Millions strong, wiping out.
And too aggressive. I feel like that's and for me, it would just be way too hot there. I do not handle heat well. In the summer, and like here in the UK, we have the most mild summers, right? But I have a fan, like my portable fan on all the time, just because it's like, I can't cope with any heat.
Native animals that we are locked in combat with to this very day. What kind of vile beast is capable of spreading such...
I swear, he's gonna show and it's gonna be like the cutest toad in the world. It's gonna be adorable, like big eyes, cute color, although, to be fair, I don't know, toads, they're so ugly. Like, you look at a toad. Okay, let me pull up a picture of a toad. All right, you know what? Toad. Okay, come on, like, look at that thing. It's so ugly. Like, sure, someone could argue they're cute, but I don't think there is an actual cute toad out there. I mean, I could Google, like, fucking cute toad, but I don't think there's a cute toad out there. Like, okay, that thing's kind of... that thing's kind of cute, but it looks like a baby toad. Anyways, so I'll get back to the video. Sorry, I'll get a bit sidetracked, but anyways.
Such reckless hate. The answer is this fat fucking toad.
What the hell is that, dude? Oh my god. Okay, wait, I need to replay that part.
Is this fat fucking...
I want to see its
reckless hate.
Okay, I gotta pause it fast.
Is it...
Yes, okay, pause. It looked like he broke his legs. The poor toad, man, he looks pissed. He just wants to get on with his day. I wonder if this is some sort of invasive species or some shit, you know? You know, like, anything that gets transported there seems to become invasive. Like rabbits. One guy brought, like, 3 rabbits, back in the 1800s to hunt or whatever. And then, boom, now there's a problem with, you know, now, yeah, that's super invasive. But hey, I guess that's the lesson in why you don't bring random animals to places that aren't their natural habitat, you know?
This fat fucking toad. But how did this war begin? Well, to answer your question, we're gonna have to go way back. The year is 1866. We are in the land down under.
Of course, it's always in the 1800s. It's always in the 1800s, man.
And our story begins the same way many tragedies do. With the British. You see, having...
Hey! You can't come in on our teeth like that! Come on! I was trying to think of a comeback. Yeah, I can't think of shit.
Many
Maybe the teeth issue is true, but...
tragedies do. With the British. You see, having gone hippity-hoppity, your ancestral home is now my property around 90 years back, the Brits were in full swing, rampantly colonising the country. And part of that included agriculture. Now, they brought with them many crops, but the important one in this story is sugarcane. Sugar was valuable.
Oh, did they accidentally? I wonder, sugarcane. Maybe the toads ate the sugarcane and then they bread got bigger. My hands are popping.
Not only for trade, but also because, well, the fucking tea isn't going to sweeten itself,
but
is
you
it?
know what I mean. All for the tea, baby.
But you see, sugarcane only grows in the heat, which ruled out the south of the country. It also likes humid environments, which ruled out Western Australia, which left them with one option. And so, the cane farmers loaded up their first Stardew Valley save in Queensland in 1866. But the farmers ran into an issue. You see, Queensland is home to these nifty little bugs called
Oh, brung toads over to eat the bloody bugs. Probably. Then it's gonna be like they had no natural predators, multiply, got super fucking massive, and now they're everywhere. It's gonna be some shit like that.
Dermalopida albahertum. These are
I want to try and say Dermolipida. Okay. Dermolipida alboherumtum.
Peter
This is why I don't try to read things.
albahertum. These are native beetles that hit their macros by munching on plant leaves. So when cane farmers joined the Queensland Minecraft server and set up a f***ing Hermitcraft-sized farm, the beetles were in heaven and set to work demolishing the plant leaves. Now, funnily enough, the adult bugs weren't actually the problem. Sugarcane leaves hold all value. But the problem is that with such an abundant food source, the bugs started multiplying, laying their eggs around the base of the plants. These eggs hatched into larvae.
Then
And
they
unlike
eat
the
the plants,
grown-ups,
of course.
these little worms don't eat the leaves. They eat the roots. And so the sugarcane starts getting absolutely fucking spit roasted. And the farmers can do nothing but watch as sugarcane yield plummets through the floor along with their profits. This
is why you don't try and do it in Australia, man. Nothing's right there, okay? It's hell on earth.
whole situation really pissed off the farmers, who banded together, went to the Australian government, and told them to fucking fix it. Sir, a horde of creatures is destroying the cane fields. And so, the Queensland government founded the Bureau of Sugar Experimentation Stations, or the BSES, in 1900. This team of crack scientists then immediately set out trying to solve the very same issue every single Factorio player faces. This place is covered in bugs. They are breaking my shit. How do I violently slaughter the local wildlife in order to expand capitalism and my profit margins? The BSES pondered this question for 25 fucking years. They tried spraying chemical insecticides. Didn't work. They tried injecting insecticides into the soil. Didn't work. They tried releasing the fucking cordyceps fungus.
And then the frogs are going to be the... Not frogs, sorry. The toads are going to be the only
And it
things that
still
work.
didn't work.
And then the toads are going to come round and eat the sugarcane. Probably it's going to go, since the title is The Toad That Broke Australia, it's going to go full circle. I swear. It's going to go full circle, man.
Then, one day in the office, while pondering this question, someone had an idea. Okay, we are getting outmaneuvered by the cast of Bugs Life. Someone in this office, please give me anything. What about cane toads? What? Cane toads. Those big fucking fat things that exist in the cane.
Sometimes you wonder how people come up with things, you know? Like, you know, okay, this kind of random, but you know how, like, when you're, some meals, like, you know, when you, I can't think of something, but, like, you wonder how people came up with that in the past. Like, there'll be, you know, let's say a poisonous fucking fish, and then not fish, poisonous, like, crop, and then someone will have figured out, if you boil it again, keep it underground, boil it again, you know, then it's perfectly safe to eat. This is one of those cases.
Fields in Hawaii. I mean, it's a frog. They eat bugs. We just introduce an invasive species to fix a problem caused by an invasive species. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Big brain, very big brain.
And so, in June of 1936, 2,400 brave cane divers were deployed to the fields to deal with the arthropod menace. But there's just one...
Oh, they don't eat the bugs. It's gonna be they don't eat the bugs.
Small
don't eat the
issue.
larvae or some shit.
Cane toads were fucking dog shit. Yeah, funnily enough, big, fat, slow, ground-dwelling toads were not exactly the smartest solution to deal with beetles that spend the majority of their adult life 6 meters off the fucking ground.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
On top of that, cane toads don't dig for food either, so they didn't eat the larvae. Now this all
Now they're gonna eat the sugar cane. Like, why else are they called cane toads? Unless they just
sounds like information that should have come up during the research and study phase of the plan.
No.
This, however, implies that there was a research and study phase. The BSES did not conduct a single fucking study on environmental impact before releasing an army of cane toads. Are you This complete absence of brain cells caused a rather spectacular domino effect of ecological f***ups.
Of course,
And it's going to teach you a valuable lesson about invasive species. You see, while the cane toad...
Like Australia's catchphrase at this point. Dealing with invasive
toads
species.
barely ate what they were supposed to, they did eat. And as incredibly large, omnivorous toads, they ate practically anything they could fit into their mouths. Rats, mice,
lizard,
snakes.
Hey, they are keeping down the rat population. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Snake. What is... I mean... Snails aren't good for fertilizer. Like, what role do they even play? I guess food for birds, but... like...
Baby birds. It was the toad equivalent of f***ing...
Oh, and then they got really massive,
Kirby.
probably.
And then, not unlike the exact problem they were brought here to solve, with all that food, they started reproducing. A lot. In fact, female cane toads can lay anywhere between
Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but they're gonna bring in something to kill the toads probably later.
8,000 to 30,000 fucking eggs per clutch.
Hey, they might be useless and moving fast and, you know, and going up, but they can fucking breed!
But I mean, this should not be too much of a problem. Australia is home to some of the deadliest creatures on the planet. Surely, the local wildlife has this under control. Wait, what? Cane toads.
Poison.
They're poisonous. So those little bulges on the shoulder. And those are parotid glands, and they are packed to the brim with bufotoxin. No, that's not a D's nuts joke.
Got him!
Now, whenever the adult toads are threatened, they will squirt this white, sticky fluid out of the glands. And when ingested, it does 2 things. 1, makes you trip
So it's gonna be one of those things where they rub it all over their body.
absolute balls thanks to the hallucinogenic bufotenin. And 2, the other ingredient, bufogen, just straight up gives you a fucking heart attack.
I thought he was gonna say, oh, this is the most poison. Okay, that sounds really dumb. But, you know, poisonous poison in the world. There should be a better word for that. Anyways. instead of poisonous poison.
It's important to note that this toxin is also present in their eggs and tadpoles. Now, in their natural habitat, this isn't as much of a problem because everything around them has had thousands of years to get good and deal with this fast poison build by either developing immunity or learning to eat around the glands. But Australia is not their ecosystem, and despite all of the deadly animals we've got, they have had a grand total of 5 minutes to deadly animals we've got.
Is that a shrew on the left? Like the very bottom left? Is that a shrew? I don't know, probably.
They have had a grand total of 5 minutes
I'm
to
so
adapt to the presence of the fucking Caled toad. Now, quick question for the class. What happens to an animal population when there is nothing to eat it? It gets bigger. And so, shortly after being introduced, a rapidly expanding tyrannid swarm of toads began to spread across the country. The BSES noticed this and did fucking nothing. Because it technically didn't affect the sugar cane. The swarm spread further, occupying all inhabitable parts of Queensland.
It's gonna start killing off other farm life, right?
And they were laying so many fucking eggs that their clutches began polluting the waterways like a bufotoxin teabag, killing native fish as well as any animals that drank from the water. The BSES did nothing. Those eggs hatched into tadpoles, which started killing more fish. The BSES still did nothing. The swarm advanced, breaching into the Northern Territory and New South Wales. When questioned, the BSES insisted the toads were doing their jobs and everything was fine. By the 1980s, the toads were now starving out or just fucking eating local wildlife and one-shotting anything that tried to eat them. And considering, at this point, there were 5 fucking million of them, that happened a lot. So, with local wildlife being absolutely fucking decimated, the BSES was forced to acknowledge that maybe, just maybe,
They're not gonna say shit, are they? Or maybe they are.
We fucked up.
But, oh well, everyone makes mistakes. Nothing we can do about it. No! They left it for the government to clean up. Sir, a second horde of creatures has escaped the cane field. Fuck! Yeah, they realised just how much damage was being done and in 1986 began funneling federal funds into controlling the population. They tried trapping and physically removing the toads, but unless they had 5 million traps, that wasn't going to do shit. Biological warfare was proposed in the form of releasing virus.
That's just gonna kill other life. Although they did that with rabbits with the myxomatosa virus, I think. I think that's right. The only reason I know that is I have 2 pet rabbits of my own. They always have to go for their myxomatosis shots. You know, it's pretty deadly to them.
And parasites, but was shot down because it would do just as much damage to the native wildlife. And so, the toad front continues to advance to this day. So where does that leave us? Short answer is kind of fucked. Cane toads now threaten a total of 75 native species. And they've even driven populations of animals like the northern quoll to complete extinction in parts of the country they infest. And with the population now sitting at 200 fucking million toads, that infestation...
I think maybe the humans should start eating the toads, you know? There's probably some way of getting rid of the toxins, right? Cut out the shoulder pads, whatever, you know?
Is spreading, with predictions showing they will be fucking up ecosystems in 5 states in the near future. And given that they have amassed a population 10 times the size of the humans in Australia, the government has completely fucking abandoned the fight for eradication, switching focus to harm reduction, using bait toads covered in non-lethal but unpleasant substances.
They always use that one tactic where they release neutered ones and not neutered, but sterile things into the park. Although I don't think that would work in this case. So then they think they've mated, and then, it doesn't work. But
They're
no,
trying
I
to
don't think
teach
they'd do
local
that with
wildlife
these.
that toad bad. On top of this, the government has encouraged the broader public to just fucking kill the toads. You are supposed to do it humanely by catching them and sticking them in a freezer for 48 hours, but
I don't know who would want a toxic fucking frog in their fridge. Yeah, let me get that poison on all my other things, on all my meat, all my things. Hopefully they do it in a fridge with nothing, they have their own special toad fridge. I'm joking, but also who wants to open the door next day and be like, oh, yeah, that's a dead toad in my freezer. Yummy!
most people don't want a frog taking up their freezer space, so they just use
Exactly, man.
a golf club or a car.
Driving in my car right after
And with this being Australia, our
sounds
wildlife
still a
is
bagger.
also putting up a fight. Keelback snakes, for example, are immune to their venom, and ricali and magpies have learned to flip them onto their backs before getting a feed. Now, jokes aside, you want to know who
Imagine being flipped on your back and being ripped open and eaten. That'd be nasty.
I feel genuinely f***ing awful for? The toads. They didn't ask for any of this shit. They just got dumped onto a random island and did their thing, and now they are being actively hunted. No. The assholes in this story are the BSES and the cane growers. Because you may be thinking, why were they allowed to do this shit in the first place? Well, that's the neat part. They weren't. The federal government banned the f***ing idea when they came up for it in 1935, based on the advice of entomologists who rightly presumed the toads would become a bigger f***ing issue than the beetles. But the BSES and the cane growers lobbied to have the ban lifted in 1936. We are stuck in permanent toad
There will always be a dumb person out there. You can never fully get rid of them. That sounds really bad. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
combat because these dickheads looked at scientific advice and went, nah, you have got to be fucked. G'day, Merry Christmas.
I don't know if I should watch the last bit of the video, but yes. Okay, I don't think there's actually any more. But, I hope you enjoyed! I know, sorry if I seemed a little tired in this one. I stayed up too late last night editing a video, and then... Yeah, especially on a Friday. Well, not especially on a Friday. Friday's fine, because, Saturday the next day, but still. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed, and bye-bye.